Hello and welcome back to the video lecture for Introduction to GPS. So the intent of this video lecture is to provide you with a short lecture that's going to highlight some of the key concepts pertaining to GPS. And today we're going to talk about trilateration. So on that note, let's jump in. So global positioning systems, or GPS, receivers use the mathematical technique of trilateration, which is a more complex version of triangulation, to determine the user's position, speed, and elevation. And GPS receivers constantly receive and analyze radio signals from the GPS satellites. They use these signals to calculate the precise distance or the range to each satellite being tracked. So fundamentally, three-dimensional trilateration isn't much different from two-dimensional trilateration, but it's a little bit more tricky. So we're going to use a 2D example to illustrate this. So essentially what we're trying to do is a position is calculated by knowing the location of and calculating the distance to a group of satellite vehicles. So if we know where those satellite vehicles are and we have a receiver, we can then determine where we are. So data from a single satellite pinpoints position to a large area of the Earth's surface. So in this example, say you're totally lost. Someone tells you that you are 625 miles from Boise, Idaho. So that means you are somewhere within this circle, this blue circle. We don't know where, but you're somewhere in that. So adding data from a second satellite narrows our position down to the region where the two spheres overlap. So in this example here, you ask someone else and they know that you are 690 miles from Minneapolis, Minnesota. So there's only two possible locations, and those are where the two circles overlap. So you're somewhere where those two yellow dots are. You don't know which one, but you're on one of those yellow dots. So adding the data from a third satellite provides a relatively accurate position. So in this example, when asked, a third person knows you are 615 miles from Tucson, Arizona. So now you know where you are in terms of the Earth. You are right where the yellow dot is. That is where all three of these circles intersect. And so that is where you are. So this is an example of doing trilateration in a 2D example. In the following lecture, we will look at a 3D example of this, and we'll also introduce the idea of timing offset, which is key to really determining the exact position that you are at. On that note, have a great week and talk to you later.